Guys, allow me to introduce you to June, aka Shoe0nHead. If you're unfamiliar with her, she is a content creator who, along with her boyfriend, were really big in the skeptic community and about 2015, 2016, right before the election of President Trump. And since Senator Bernie Sanders' campaign, she's been full on left board and all that other fun stuff. And as you know, certain compromises have been made over the last over the last few days when it comes to the blue team and the left. You have people trying to come to grips with it and come to terms with it. And I find her explanation, not just the fact that no pull out, easy, she's hot, but her mindset and her explanation to just be rather entertaining. So we're not going to go through her whole stream as she comes to grips with this, but yeah, I do want to use this as a highlight for how fickle the feminine is, which is why masculinity is as stoic and as stern as it is because we have to be. And Armored Skeptic, I'm looking at you, buddy. You should have been pumping some sense into this chick. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Far behind. I don't even know where to start. The last video I made on this channel was about Bernie not voting for that surveillance bill. Remember that? That feels like a year ago. So that was a long time ago, and everything has just gone to shit. A lot of stuff on this channel has aged very poorly. I don't even agree with a lot of it anymore, and also all the predictions I made aged fucking terribly.
Yeah. Oh, she was all in. She was like, "Yeah, Bernie, yeah, woo." She was just caught up in the hype, man. And that's a part of that emotional attachment. When you're so emotionally attached to something, you will, and this goes for men and women as well, you will see whatever the hell it is you want to see without being able to, see the forest through the trees. Continue, darling.
So the whole oh, Biden's gonna do awful, nobody's gonna vote for Biden sucks, blah blah blah. Well, he still sucks, that's true. But so the first thing I want to do is apologize for just the no videos. It's just been really freaking hectic. So we have to talk about lots of things. First of all, I was definitely wrong about Biden hiding and how it was going to hurt him. It's actually helping the man, believe it or not. The man.
Well, that's the thing. The establishment knew who they were going to go with, from jump. Everybody else, it was to create the illusion of people having choices, but in reality, there never was a real choice. It was always going to be Biden because of the sheer optics of him versus Trump, right? I mean, you need an older statesman against that represents the old guard against President Trump, who is definitely doing his own thing.
Is hiding, and the more he hides, the better he does in the polls. And as soon as he emerges from the cursed cave he resides in, the cursed wine cave or whatever, he does even terrible, and he always has to damage control for stupid shit that he says. And it's really embarrassing. But when he hides, he seems to do better. And it's just like, what the fuck? It's so sad that is where we are.
No, but see, that's the thing. That's exactly where we're supposed to be. I mean, because let's be real, Biden he ain't got it. The facilities, the cognitive abilities are not what they once were. And the deal is that in order to make the donor class and the base seem as if, they have a legitimate shot in hell, it's best to keep the guy on the wraps. But one of the things she's not particularly understanding is this is alongside having basically the entire media on your side, in your pocket, because all of them, and her included, they're all suffering from Trump derangement syndrome.
That literally people are so against Trump that they're willing to just have this ominous being be in charge. And so yeah, Biden's doing pretty well in the polls, and a lot of people are like, wait, in 2016, Hillary was doing well too in the polls, so we shouldn't look at polls. And that's true. Don't ever judge like everything based on like polling, because
Sticks does aggregates. I think that aggregates are a good indicator, but at the same time, we've seen a lot of political violence take place over the last, 4 years. And so when people, yeah, they'll tell a pollster whatever the hell they feel like telling a pollster, all right? The only thing matters is what happens when when push comes to shove and they're in the ballot booth or, sitting down at their kitchen table filling out their ballot.
they're not always accurate. What are people saying? Yeah, like it's not always accurate, but he's doing better than Hillary was doing, like much better. And so it's kind of like, like maybe Biden can win. And that is something that I did not believe, like even 5 months ago.
Yes, and honestly, you really probably shouldn't believe it now. See, here's the thing about the Electoral College, guys, is that it requires so many people on the same board that in order to cheat it, that, I don't think that it really, I don't think that that's why it is as it is. That's why it's not an up or down vote. That's why it's not about the popular vote. It's about getting the points from each and every state. And unfortunately, not unfortunately, very fortunately, each state, they're doing their own thing. And if you got a state like South Dakota, that's just like, I bet, well, like they're not going to participate in the shenanigans that a state like New Jersey or New York or California would.
I was definitely thinking Trump would absolutely win if Biden was the choice. And now I'm like, okay, there's actually a chance, which is like really weird to.
So this is really the main point of my video, is as watching a woman convince herself of something that she probably shouldn't be trying to convince herself of. But it shows you guys how easily and how fickle the feminine is, right? She was just like, no, Biden can't win, Biden can't win. I'm pretty sure she's not telling us her reasoning, but I'm pretty sure that she felt at the time that her reasoning was principled and all that other fun stuff, when in reality, sweetheart, you have no principles. You are like integrity and, and I guess honor in many ways are not biologically inherent to the feminine. It's just impossible. Her feminine, whatever way she wants it to go, and she much like many of her counterparts, they see the world as, oh well, Trump's just the most evil to ever evil, so we gotta get him out. No, like regardless, like blue no matter who. And this is a fantastic example of how, these females and many men too, because there's a lot of guys with the exact same cognitive abilities, capabilities as June here, who are convincing themselves as we speak that, yes, you know what, they can win, that we can do this. This is going to be great. I mean, we'll figure it out. And unfortunately, they are setting themselves up for just the worst fall in November.
But Trump absolutely fumbled this fucking pandemic. He is doing god awful at it. And it's helping Biden. And like, that's where we're at right now.
Golly, you can hear her just like, yeah, oh, you fumbled the pen. How? He basically let the states do their thing. Because honestly, he's been very hands off with it. He's let the states do their thing. So if you feel like Trump's bundled it, no, what you really feel, sweetheart, is that your governor fumbled it. That's it. Like Trump is just like, you know what, we're gonna offer like, saying medical cures. Every time he tried to offer something up, the media themselves always turned on him. Like no matter what Trump does, the media will sit there and cry bloody foul. So let's not sit here and pretend like, oh, he hasn't been making a ton of effort. And in a lot of ways, that's really all you can ask for. But mostly it was left to the states, sweetheart.
And also, the whole thing I used to criticize Biden about, the whole return to normalcy thing, the thing I hate about Biden, the whole return to normalcy thing, because what is normalcy to, like, people who are suffering, like porn?
Oh, Christ. And that's the thing. You're not amongst them, June. And the deal is like, how about you focus on you? Like, yo, go make an armored skeptic baby, okay? Like, yo, my man, where are you? Where's her dude? Like, yo, you should be piping some sense into this broad. But instead, you're just like, oh, well, she probably pegs him. I'm sorry. Allegedly, don't want to get sued.
Stuff, there is no return to normalcy for that. But people seem to want to go back to normalcy, and it's actually favoring Biden. He actually is doing pretty well because of that. And I guess the things I hate about Biden are the things that the boomers and the regular people like about him. And it's just it's absolute hell world. Yeah. So, I don't know. This election is dog shit, yeah. It really is. It's so fucking weird. I thought it couldn't get worse. I'm reading, sorry, for the people who are like, what is she doing? Did she die? I'm reading the chat. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Right, this dude is spamming. How do I get rid of you?
Okay, I think we're done here. So, deal is, we'll leave it on a pretty good shot of her because she's an attractive chick by all means. But I mean, this really does illustrate a gigantic failure on my man Armored Skeptic's part, because you should have her prepared for, damn near any kind of conclusion, and have her not so emotionally wrapped up in these things that ultimately none of us have we're not in that class. We're not in that, even them, they made tons of money, but you're still not in that class, in that political sphere, to whereas, you have a real choice, or you can sit there and determine electors and all that other fun stuff. So we all out here just speculating and caping, and I really feel bad for the terrible L that is on their way. And I've explained it. I explained it once in the video, and I'll explain it one more time. Due to the fact that you can't get all these different states on board with the exact same amount of shenanigans, I genuinely believe that the presidency in and of itself is fine. But when it comes to your state and local politics and those elections, yeah, they're all screwed. Here in New Jersey, with the all vote by mail primaries, every single incumbent won their re-election bid, at least in the primaries. And it's like, are you serious? Are you kidding? My goodness. But guys, with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and Bitchute and like are the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications. Go and get something from the Teespring store. Link in the description, and speak. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? Yeah, I mean, guys, this is a big part of the reason, not the sole reason, but a big part of the reason Rome ended up falling was because, you had all these very flimsy females out here like, oh my goodness, yes, we got to look out for these people. We got to look out for these people. We got to do all these other things that are very emotionally based and make absolutely no logical sense. And that's really where, the re-election of Trump is fantastic, because we get to avoid that. We'll get to avoid that. So guys, with that being said, let me know what you think in the comments. All right. And yeah, of course, she's attractive. She's hot. But my man, Armored, I'm so disappointed. You really should have been piping. But then again, seems a little soyish. And that's crazy, because it was coming from they were a rather large part of the skeptic community back in, 15, 16. So, it's strange. Time really shows all, doesn't it? Time reveals all. But you may disagree. Comments in that section. Until the next one.